Welcome to another edition of the Fabric 5 videos. Today we're going to talk about what I think is one of Fabric's not so secret sauces, shortcuts. So let's get started. As you may have heard in the mini sessions around Microsoft talking about Fabric, there is this concept called shortcuts. Shortcuts are a reference to existing files somewhere else that you can link into your lakehouse that lets you reference that data and work with that data as if it exists in that lakehouse. This is super important for people that are using your lakehouse content because they don't even know. They're going to look right at it and go, hey, that looks like great data that's here. I don't know where it came from, nor do they need to care. So when you look at the whole concept today of where shortcuts are, what you need to be aware of, there's a few concepts to understand. First of all, shortcuts allow you to interact within one lake, even across workspaces. So in a diagram that you see here, if I have a delta table and make a shortcut with that, it will create a shortcut delta table inside my lakehouse, and no one would be the wiser. Basically, it lets me reference that data without moving it, use it in conjunction with other data, including creating views and other objects over the top of it, allowing me to interact with that data as if it existed in my lakehouse as a table in Delta. Files are similar. You actually do files, but typically that's at the folder level. And you can actually reference a folder. That data is there. What really begins to make this compelling, because the one lake commitment is one copy of your data, it's not necessarily one copy of your data in one lake. You heard me correct. You can keep your data in AWS Gen 2, AWS S3, and Dataverse today. All of these external sources allow shortcuts to be created within your lakehouse. Depending on the format of the data, whether it comes in as Parquet or other file types like CSV or even images, that would land in the file section of your lakehouse. If it's Delta and supported Delta within the Fabric environment, it will show up as a table, just like you'd expect, whether it came from AWS Gen 2 or even AWS. Why do I think this is compelling and important? One Lake's commitment is to let you have all the data in one place so you can work with it, but only one copy of the data is needed. Whether you work in a workspace that creates content that you want to share, or you have an existing data lake sitting on Azure or AWS, or your Dynamics customer, ideally, shortcuts will allow you and your users to reference data without having to make a lot of moves. One of the things that we talk about a lot is the ability to leave your data in its existing data lake and use Fabric to expand on your environment. This is a key method to doing that because it allows you to keep all your investments that are maintaining your data lake today, but leverage the new and expanded feature set inside of Fabric when you want to. Shortcuts handle row-level security and a number of security options. Depending on the type of connection, be sure to read the definition around each one. For example, AWS Gen 2 can and will pass credentials. It will allow you to read and write content into the data lake on AWS Gen 2 from Fabric. Amazon S3, not so much. This uses more of the idea of a delegated account that you work with, that the people you need to apply security on your shortcut, just like any other Fabric item. To regulate who gets that data, is read from AWS. So Dataverse is still in preview at the time of this recording. More details to come on that. Shortcuts are a great way to use Fabric as a consolidation point for a lot of your data from a lot of different places. without moving that data around and without reinvesting in a lot of ETL or other type of workloads. I hope you enjoyed the video today. We have the next few videos. We'll talk about specific use cases around how you can use shortcuts to expand on your architecture and ways to think about it differently within Fabric. Hope you enjoyed it today. Like, share, and subscribe. Look forward to talking to you next time.